It's summer vacation, lots of planning, lots of traveling and trips and such like that. So I've been going on a lot of like mini vacations this summer, and I wanted to share all of the apps that I've used so far during my summer break. Most people obviously bring their cell phones everywhere, so these are all like free, super easy apps to download, and I thought that I would run down all the ones that you can use for all of your trips. Okay, so the first one that I wanted to talk about, and I have all of these. So I have all of these kind of like on its own like section on my phone, and the first one is obviously the Uber app. I mean, I don't want to have two, Uber and Lyft. I know that there's differences. I know that people really like one or the other, but for me, I just want to have one option and then use it or not use it. So Uber is my first one. The second one is HotelTonight. So this one is super important, especially like if you're driving and don't have everything set up, more of a like spontaneous trip and you need to stop earlier than what you had planned. This one's perfect just to kind of see whatever is closest to you, and you can see all the prices. So it'll say whatever's like the closest to you, farthest away, so you're like, oh, like I can drive like 30 more minutes and this will be the price, and usually it's at a discount because you're booking it that night. So those rooms currently aren't occupied, so they're going to lower the price so that you can have a better rate. The third one on here is Yelp, just because I usually use Bing for my browser, and I just have like different coffee shops that I want to go to, or different restaurants or grocery stores if I want to go to Safeway or something like that. But they don't have a lot of the menus on there, so Yelp always had like go to Yelp, and I would always like have a hard time just doing it online, but the app makes it much easier to look at menus, to make it easy to look at all the photos of all of the different foods that you can do. So I have Yelp for that. The last one on my top row is Waze, and this one is great if you're traveling with people. So if you're all caravanning together in your own cars, maybe meeting from different locations and want to get somewhere at the same time, you can literally plug in your address of where you're going and then send that to someone else. So if I want to go to San Francisco, and then it's gonna load. If you want, you can just like share the drive, and then you can just message to anybody, and then it'll send when the estimated ETA is, when they're gonna arrive at that location, and you can kind of say, okay, when do I want to leave, because I know they're gonna take this long, da, da, da. So you can just coordinate it better instead of like waiting around for people. Okay, my next one is also car related, is the Chevron app. I only get my gas at Chevron, so obviously I could like just type in gas stations near me on a Google map, but because I know that I only do Chevron, there's 26 Chevrons nearby. I can look at it, oh, this one's only like a mile, this one's 3, da da da, and then I can click it, and then it goes straight to directions, so I know the best Chevron. What's also cool about this app is if you look at it, let's say you click on one, you can look at the amenities, and so it says that you can have a car wash, it has diesel, it has grocery, rewards, and the store. So sometimes like they won't have a store, and if you're like, oh, I have to get like a snack or energy drink, coffee, something, you can see like, does it have a store or not. So that's why I also like the app instead of just randomly going to Chevron and like not knowing what amenities they do have. The next one is the wallet, and I just use this one for all of my flight information. It's just so easy. You go to the airport, bing, you scan it, and then you're ready to go. You don't have to like get all the tickets and stuff like that. So I just use the wallet mostly just for flights. I have two more apps that I really use and I think are really great for travel and such like that. The first one is OpenTable, and this one, especially if you're going with a group of people, let's say you make it to some place, you're all going there together, and then you want to get a reservation, because showing up with 10 people, 12 people to a restaurant, you won't be able to find that. So you can plug in how many people are going to be on your reservation. So let's say, and then you can see the availabilities already and just book it online. So Sweet Teas recently opened up here, and it's really hard to get a reservation. Like today, 8:45 p.m. It's currently like almost 5. 8:45 is the earliest, and then there's 9. So you're like, okay, obviously we can't do that today. So you can click Find Future Availability, and then you can look at, say, the 14th, which is, let's say we look at tomorrow. There is nothing from 5 you can get a dinner reservation, or 7:30. So just kind of like knowing this in advance and being able to plan a dinner will be able to kind of like have whatever, like more free time to do whatever you want in the city that you want, instead of like waiting or going to a restaurant and saying, oh, there's like a 2-hour wait list, so you can just kind of like optimize your time better, especially with a large group of people. I find this app very helpful. Then the last app that I think is very important to have is TripCoin. This is how you can track how much money you are spending. And I used this on my Reno trip. If you didn't check out that vlog, I will link it up here. Me and my sister drove to Reno, and we gave ourselves a certain amount of money to spend on that trip, and then you just plug it all in. And then you kind of know how much money you have spent and how much money you have left for the trip. It even categorizes it with different categories. So you can plug in how much you want to spend for meals, how much you want to spend for gas, how much money you want to spend for hotels, all of that, and you just kind of know how much money you are spending as you go, so you don't overspend and realize when you come home that you spend more money than you actually had. Let me know in the comments down below what apps you use on different trips and travels, because I would like to know to see if I want to add it to any of these. Like I said, I do actually use these if I download an app that I've seen other people use, and then I don't really use it, I delete it. So these are my 6 tried and trues. Let me know in the comments down below what are yours. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video.